Gene, welcome to Stay Paid.
Hello, guys. How are you today?
Doing fantastic, Gene. Hey, but I would love to hear, what is your one question, or maybe it's the blocker that's happening to you in your business to keep you from growing. Give us your question that we can help you with.
Well, I've been in the business now for just over 7 years, and it's exciting when you're going to become a new agent, and even after you're an agent for a while, and then it can become overwhelming. Uh, there's a gap in the curriculum. We learn how to sell, how to negotiate, how to be compliant, all the other nuances, and the one thing that we're not taught is, why aren't we as agents taught the essential accounting and bookkeeping methods to be successful to run our businesses as a independent contractor? That's the one thing that's
I totally agree. They don't even teach that the students in high school these days. Like it's shocking.
No, and I remember taking accounting classes, basic bookkeeping, I should say, classes in high school. But there's nothing.
Yeah, it's shocking that they don't. Yeah, it's like business acumen, and even like goes deeper than that, like mindset and stuff is not taught like it should be. Tell me a little bit. So you've been in the business, I think you said like 7 years, real estate
Correct.
agent out of Missouri. So what are you running into pain point wise? Are you having problems in the accounting system that you're using? Do you even have one? Do you know, like, what was the GCI that you took home in the last 6 months? Like, where are you trending right now?
Well, I used the past couple of years. 2021, the COVID years, everybody was making money, so I hired an accountant, and I now use QuickBooks, which is a big help. And it does
Is it called
give me all
QuickBooks or is it QuickBooks? Is that different?
QuickBooks. I'm sorry.
Intuit
QuickBooks.
QuickBooks. Okay, I just want to make sure we're talking about the same thing. Okay, perfect. Yep.
Right.
That's
yeah.
what we use at Acre Brothers, so that's good. Okay.
Yeah, and it gives you all your stats and breakdowns and stuff like that. It's great. But as a new agent, you're already dumping all types of money into getting your business started. To hire an accountant just doesn't, and if you have a bad year and you still got to pay the accountant, and then you've got your what it costs to have QuickBooks.
It's painful.
Yeah. So
what has been your volume so far this year, Gene?
My volume this year has been slow. I'm just over 1 million in volume so far this year. I've got some really nice things coming up, and it's going to push me over 2 here in the next month or so. But it's still, for me, that's slow. I've got that taste of blood in my mouth. I want more, and I want more, and I want more.
We got Gene. He's like a shark. So Gene, is your question, just so I can understand it, is your question, hey, I really need to get my accounting in order and I'm struggling to do that? Is your question, should you have hire an accountant right now? Like, I want to get to the heart of like your question to help you. What's the, because we all agree that there's a problem with not teaching this in the industry, but what's the struggle for Gene right now with the accounting and the numbers?
I think still the very basic bookkeeping, where to put your numbers, how to read your numbers, how to use those numbers, and also how to budget those numbers. You've got your advertising, you've got your marketing, just your basic day-to-day costs, your licensing, all that stuff. How to budget that in there somewhere, and then and then have your accounting, to show how you're actually producing.
Yeah, this is such a good question. Stephen, I'm going to throw to you because I know we made the mistake of not doing good accounting early on with Acre Brothers and our property management and everything that we've been doing. And, Cody, you could probably cry a little bit for the pain we've gone through with that. But Stephen, you want to tell everybody kind of how you look at the P&L and like from a real estate perspective. You guys are a little different. You have a team of 4 agents, right? Gene's a solo agent, but still the concepts are the same. So you want to walk them through that?
Yeah, I mean, first on, we did struggle for years, and this has been a pressure point from Luke, because obviously we're partnering together, and he's like, you got to know your numbers. We got to get this shit together, that kind of thing. But as far as like QuickBooks, we take a stance and we go, hey, we want to be 30% expenses, 40% cost of sales, and 30% profit, right? And so that's how we look at it and budget everything out. When it comes to QuickBooks, the reason people don't use it is because the focus point when you're starting should be revenue and revenue only. Because one, you probably shouldn't be spending money. You should be doing the activities on Sphere. You should be doing the activities on open houses. You should be doing the activities on circle prospecting. And those don't cost much money at all. So
all sweat equity activities.
All sweat equity, right? So I think that's the reason, but we all agree, that it should be an educational, standpoint. There are plenty of places, Gene, where you can download a chart of accounts for real estate agents. Honestly, if you just ChatGPT'd it, if you just Googled it, right, it's going to populate that. And then you can upload that chart of accounts to your QuickBooks. They allow you to do that. And you could follow that system. The key thing that we learned throughout this process was that it's just like the CRM. If you've heard, the best CRM is the CRM that you use. And so there is no magic formula, just like everything else. When it comes to running accounting, it really is knowing your numbers. And so I just had a meeting with our property management division, and this was a point in which I made to them yesterday, which was we're going to review the P&L every single day. There will be no expense that comes through QuickBooks and the bank feed that we will not know what that is attached to. And the only way to cut down on expenses is to do it this way, because there's at least running a business, right, where you have so many expenses going out and you're not in control of everything. It's probably the number one thing that you can do, looking at the mathematical equation, because that's going to determine, like if you were to start a team, your splits, right? That's going to determine your salaries. It's going to determine everything. And so I would just encourage you, one, get the chart of accounts, look through it. But I would we label everything. And Cody, if you want to go off on this, you can, because we label everything extremely specific in our QuickBooks. And because what we realized when we downloaded the chart of accounts is there was a lot of broad stuff where when you're trying to look at numbers and move a big ship, we're trying to move a big ship here, you have to be able to accurately determine things very quickly. And so if you're not in there daily going, instead of this just being vehicle expense, was that gas? Was that the fee that we're paying out to the showing agent that goes out because we pay for their gas fee, right? Was that actually something that went wrong with the vehicle and when we had some maintenance with it? We want to know all of those numbers very specifically so we can say, instead of paying them for this, let's buy a company vehicle.
And if you wait till the end of the month, Gene, or even bi-weekly to put in those details, in other words, it won't happen. Like what we have found from our experience is on your calendar every day, at the close of every day, you need to balance the account every day. And this is the same for like Reminder Media has a VP of finance, has an accountant, and guess what they do every day? They are going through and balancing the account. When I worked at Verizon Wireless and Radio Shack years and years ago, right? It's every day, at the end of every day, we had to print off all the receipts. We had to get the cash register drawer back to $120 in the cash register drawer. You had to balance. And where real estate agents fail is they don't think of it as a daily process. And that's where you'll mess up.
And then you're being sold, Luke, by every company that's out there. So what happened when I first started is everything looked like magic to me. I was like, man, all of these lead platforms are incredible. They're guaranteeing this amount of leads and this amount of closings. And when you become educated, you realize it's not about the lead platform. It's about how I can execute that lead platform. It's because like a lot of companies work, but you have to work them. And so it really filters out all your decision making when you come to spend, because you go, well, I have to run at 30% expenses, so I have to increase my revenue here. You know what I mean? I have
Stephen, can you give some color to the cost, what you include in your cost of sale? Because you said 30, 40, 30, right? 30% expenses, 40% cost of sale, 30% profit is what you're shooting for.
Yep.
Can you give a little color into what you guys include into your cost of sale?
So cost of sale would be all of our agent splits, right? It would be all of our bonuses that we send out for the ISAs that are on there. It's going to be all of the things that lead to the activity of the sell that come in with getting the actual, sell of the property.
Yeah.
And then they're going to be more variable expenses than your expenses, right? They're going to be fixed.
Right. So Gene, are you an individual agent? Do you run a team? Where are you at in like that kind of the business format? Is it just you? Where are you at?
Yes, I'm a primary agent
Sweet.
with Remax here at the Lake of the Ozarks, and I had been on a team for a couple years. That's where I actually started learning the process. I came from a small boutique in Illinois, and a great, a great company and stuff like that. But once again, we didn't have that structure for the accounting part of it.
Yep.
Gotcha. Yeah, because the reason I asked that is just I want to fit to like what you're doing. So what he's talking about a cost of self, like for a team, what we're paying out in splits. For you would be what you're paying your brokerage, right?
Right.
So whatever your split is, 30, 70, whatever, what that would be your cost of sale, and the expense would be, for you most likely marketing team or whatever.
Yeah, it's gonna be much lower.
The one thing I want to speak to you about specifically, man, is like do you know right now? All right, what's your goal in profit for the year?
What my goal on profit is for the year?
Your goal in profit. How much do you want to make?
Well, how much do I want to make? I want to make. I want to make the sky.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
No, I love that. What's the number? You have a number.
120,000 is my goal, and anything above that is the gravy gold. Yeah,
because the one thing we always say when we're talking about budget, when we're working through accounting, is profit first.
Yeah.
Nothing else matters, right? Profit first. So you're going to start your accounting, obviously, and I think you might know this, Gene, but you're going to start at your profit to figure out this is how much you want to break. And then you make decisions based on your expenses, right? Of what you need to do to get there. But it starts there, and then it starts with activities, and then working down the line. All right, so if I do this activity, I do this many times, I set up this many appointments, I meet with them this many times, I get them signed, I get them under contract, I get them closed to get
it's just a big math problem.
Right.
And to summarize for you, Gene, so you can, take away is you need to go get the chart of accounts set up for your QuickBooks. If you haven't, use AI to, do that, or go and Google. There's tons of them out there. And then you need to implement a daily process to mark everything that's going in and out of your bank account. What you focus on expands, right? Where your focus goes, your energy flows. So if you're looking at your bank account every single day, you're going to get really good at what's producing and what's not producing for you. Gene, you've been amazing, man. Thank you for coming on the show. I hope this has been helpful.
Well,
we'd love to.
Don't you think, though? I mean, what you're telling me right here, though, to a person who's 7 years in already, and even maybe somebody that's 2 or 3 years in, it can be too late.
It's not too late. No,
it's not too late, but I still think that it needs to be brought up.
Oh, 100%. We're in total agreement. This needs to be done day one. Brokers should be teaching this. It should be in the real estate class. It's a shame that it's not. And I'm not beating up every brokerage out there, but some teach it. But it should be. But it's not too late. It's only just more painful when you haven't done it. We lived through that as Acre Brothers. We have lived through doing the accounting wrong and have finally gotten it to where it's in a good footing, and it makes a world of difference. But just go through the pain of the everyday process of tracking your expenses, labeling them with specifics. That will then teach you to apply what Cody has taught you, which is lead with revenue. If you have that goal of 120,000, what are the activities that are producing the actual income? Where are my expenses going out? And you'll only know that by what you focus on. But let's connect on social, because we can talk more also offline to try to help you out in this instance.
Absolutely.
But it's awesome having you on the show. And I know this has been helpful for other people, not just you.
Thanks, Gene.
Thank you, guys. Keep doing what you're doing. It's
thanks, Gene.
I'm thoroughly enjoying it and learning a lot.
Awesome.
Appreciate you, man.
Thanks, brother. Have a great one.
All right. Have a good day.